You look so formal. Okay, hey everyone, new video today, and we have Adam with me because he wanted to be. So, why don't you introduce the topic because it was your question.
Lilly, a long time ago, told me about how sometimes when she goes to the airport and goes through the security line, the TSA, people will look at her ID and look at her last name and give her a weird look because Schmaltz isn't a stereotypical Asian last name. Having a last name that doesn't fit your ethnicity or fit what you look like isn't a problem that a lot of people have.
Right, and this isn't really specific just to adoptees also. I think the popcorn's going.
It's very close.
Okay, he's making popcorn, so he might have to step out. But, I mean, this is applicable to, I don't know, people who take their spouses' last names and stuff too. No, the TSA thing just kind of bothers me because I don't think I look like a dangerous person. But like, I don't know, if I go through security with my hair in a ponytail, they'll like stick their fingers in my hair to make sure I'm not hiding anything and whatnot. And I'm like, this is so gross. Like, I don't know where your hands have been. But the name thing is very interesting. I've experienced this a lot more now that I'm older and I'm applying to jobs and schools and I'm meeting a lot of new people. And people don't mean it in like a menacing way, but they'll usually say something like, oh, like you're not the person I expected with that last name, or like, oh, what an interesting name. They're asking me because I'm clearly Asian, and they're assuming that I'm too young to be married or anything, so I don't know. I feel like you could just, ask me like, I don't know, am I adopted or whatever. It's just a phrasing of like, oh, you don't look like the person with that name. I'm like, well, that's my name. I've had it since I was 6 months old. Like, I don't know what, yeah. Like on all of my adoption papers and stuff, it says Lillian Fagong Schmaltz. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you have to deal with that ever. No, I've never had somebody question my last name or anything along those lines. What do you think you would do if someone questioned your last name? I don't think I'd know how to respond. I've had my last name as long as I've had a birth certificate, and it's something that was just like so normal to me. Like I never questioned whether or not my last name fit who I was. Mm-hmm. And I'm not from a particularly famous family, so it's not like my last name carries any significance. So I don't really know how I'd respond. I'd probably be pretty dumbfounded, honestly. Yeah, when I first started getting this, I was also kind of surprised, and I would almost apologize and be like, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm not the person you thought I was. And I would say like, oh yeah, I was adopted. Like, I'd be apologizing, like, sorry that you were mistaken and expected a white girl to walk into the room. You know, why should I be apologizing for my name or the fact that the other person was ignorant and wasn't thinking that the world is a diverse place? So, yeah, names are interesting. I'm not planning on ever changing my name. I'm hoping that I do enough significant work that changing my name would just be confusing to everyone who knows me. Oh yeah, that was something I really wanted to ask about, because I don't think that's something that a lot of people ever think about. And it's not something, I can't imagine like what it's like to some degree expect that to happen. Right. And this isn't, like I said in the beginning, oh, he has to go. Like I said in the beginning, this isn't specific to adoptees, and it's not specific to people who don't really look like what they should be. I mean, someone's name, that's someone's name. You don't have an opinion on it. You don't get to really have any say in it. It's just what you're called by. So, I mean, a lot of people also will ask me if I'm Jewish or make jokes about how, like, oh, are you sure you're not Jewish? I'm like, I'm positive my name is a German Catholic name. And to some degree, you know, it's funny, like, you and your friends can joke about it and stuff, but to a certain point, it's like, why should anyone else have an opinion on your name? It's just a name. I think what you do in life is a lot more important. And I know I said in my comment about hopefully I do enough significant work that changing my name is just an inconvenience, but a name is a name. Like, it really doesn't define who you are at all. If my parents didn't choose to keep my Chinese name as my middle name, that wouldn't make me any less Chinese or anything. So that's just something to consider. Even if you're joking around with your friends and stuff, just think about, like, hey, do people joke around with you about your name, and what could your jokes be saying about you and what you think of the other person, and whether you, I don't know, consider them the ethnicity they are, whatever, based on their name. So yeah, people have different names. That's what identifies us. So don't make fun of them, and don't really have an opinion on them, because it's not your business.